Grand Theft Auto 3, Liberty City 2008. Spank. A drug. A poison. As soon as you ingest it, you want to murder yourself. A few hours before. The hooker murdered by Claude had left a sample of the drug Spank in his car. Without giving it a second thought, he set off for his house in Shoreside without noticing the small sample lying on the passenger seat. It was only when he got home that he noticed it. But before the time came, he made his way to Staunton, slightly drunk. Why is unknown. He could feel the alcohol spreading through his body and his dexterity and reactions deteriorating. It was already nighttime and there were a lot of cops out at this time of night. But he was sure that he was superior to them. Besides, the cops had more important things to do than deal with a drunk. Next day, he had found the drug in the passenger seat the night before and ingested it. He felt hate, fear, despair, and anger. And he had the desire to murder several people. The quickest and easiest way for him to kill as many as possible was with the tank. So he stole one on Staunton Island and looked for the perfect victims. Now he felt joy. He was having fun. He liked hearing the crunching of bones and the screams of the victims. Normally he had detested this sound, but the drug had a strong effect on him. He also felt a slight pressure building up in his head. It was slowly getting stronger, but he couldn't really notice it because he was more interested in killing. The police were already on their way to stop Claude's killing. But he was too superior to them. The headache was getting worse. He knew he wouldn't be able to stand it for much longer. But while he still could, he wanted to kill as many people as possible. The will to kill was unstoppable. The only way out of this situation for him would have been suicide. But that wasn't an option for him right now.
This is 173, it starts to clear. In our hands. This is 1081, 8 West Rawson. We got a 1073, 8 West Rawson.
April 28, 2008. Claude Speed rode the elevated train in Portland. He still had no alcohol in his blood, and had not yet taken the drug Spank. He often drank a lot of alcohol, because he had to deal with the loss of former friends who had died in individual gang wars. But only since the major modernization of Liberty City in 2005 have the gang wars continued in a different area. The battles took place in the tourism industry. The top bosses have realized that this is more profitable than wasting unnecessary ammunition hunting each other down. After taking the drug, which he had consumed while drunk, he felt the same feelings as he did during his big rampage. He wanted to hear people screaming again. He also wanted to hear the loud sounds of his wonderful and powerful weapons. After the big tank rampage, he had recovered a little from the drug during the night. He had actually intended to dispose of the rest of the hooker's bag, but the obsession for Spank kept him from doing so. To prevent the severe headache, he took some alcoholic drinks. As hoped, he couldn't feel a headache. Now he had the urge to steal a certain car. A Mafia Sentinel. A sports car belonging to the Leon, one of the most respected gangs in the city. The negative thing about his plan was that he was drunk as hell. But his will was stronger than his reason. So he broke into the car and drove off. He had no particular destination, just Staunton Island. What he liked most was the design of his car. The front, the rear, the sides. Everything. Of course, he also liked other vehicles, but the Sentinel was one of his favorites. The sky was clear and the night was pleasantly warm. Just the perfect weather for a little night walk. Or a little midnight jaunt. He noticed how his consciousness was fading. He also noticed that his ability to react was diminishing. He felt weaker. The cause was the mixture of alcohol and spunk. Nevertheless, he refused to stop the car and instead continued driving uncontrollably. And that's exactly what he enjoyed. However, the dreaded headaches slowly appeared. But he didn't care about them for the time being, as he wanted to concentrate on riding, at least as much as he could in this situation. He skidded at high speed along the streets of Staunton in the Sentinel, running over several pedestrians and hitting all the objects around the streets and ramming a few vehicles. Slowly, the desire and mood to continue driving the car disappeared as the headaches became more and more extreme. He had to stop soon. It couldn't go on like this. He could no longer bear the suffering of the drug. He knew that the severe headaches would stay with him forever. That's why he wanted to kill himself with his greatest passion: speed. The LCPD was immediately on its way to the scene of the accident. They wanted to put him behind Swedish bars once and for all. Claude survived the accident and was arrested for the following offenses: drug use, mass murder, repeated rampages, repeated assaults on police officers, theft of vehicles, including military vehicles, and disturbing the peace. He was sentenced to life imprisonment, but he managed to escape from prison and flee to Los Santos, where a new life was to begin for him. The movie contained excerpts from GTA 3 Mobile. All actions depicted in the short film should not be imitated in real life.